Hi kids! I know you missed me, so I figured I'm going to make videos of what I'm going to cook for dinner tonight, and hopefully that means you're practicing at home something. And don't cut yourself, okay, Caleb? And don't burn yourself, all of you. Anyways, there's my son, and there's my husband. Hi, Carter! Yeah, I'm gonna make pot roast. So I have here chuck pot roast that Stephen had got from the store. A big nice chunk of meat because this is a hard tissue. It's very muscular, and so you need it to cook a long time. So you use a wonderful slow cooker like this. Okay. So for my pot roast, I have some onions already cut up. I got some potatoes, I got cabbage, and I got carrots. But the thing about this is, because this is gonna cook for a very long time in the slow cooker, I'm just gonna put season my meat first and put it in the slow cooker, and then let that cook for a little bit with some broth. And then I'm gonna add my potatoes and carrots because that's also a more hard kind of vegetable, and it'll take a little longer to cook. And then I'll add my onions and my cabbage, because if not, as Stephen would say, he has disintegrated his cabbage before and leaving it in the slow cooker for about 8 hours, and there was no cabbage at the end. So we don't want that. Okay, so we're going to open this up, and then so I hope everybody's thinking in their head all of what I just did, right? The cutting of everything. It's called mise en place, right? Yeah, so mise en place. So I'm gonna get some salt all over this guy. Okay. So whenever I'm prepping meat or any kind of protein, I like to keep one hand wet, one hand dry, so that I can use it and I'm not really contaminating all the ingredients that I'm using as a seasoning. Okay, just think about that so you don't have to constantly keep washing your hands. So I got my fancy little pepper grinder here. Douse it all over the place. Okay, and I'm constantly turning it so that seasoning is everywhere, right? Because what's going to happen is this is just going to break down, and we're going to, the point is, because we're slow cooking it, it's going to shred at the end on its own. And so we want the flavor of the meat to be nice and seasoned everywhere. Okay, so sticking it in the bottom there, and then I'm going to get some broth and I'm going to pour it in there. Because this is beef, you can definitely use beef broth, but it just happens that I have vegetable broth with me, so this will be good for just a basic flavor. So I'm just going to add just enough liquid in there to cover about halfway, and the meat is going to give out some juice as well to show me that I have some beef base as well, so that works out. I'm gonna throw a little bit of that, mix it with a little bit of vegetable broth, mix it up, and then pour it all over there, and it gets it a little bit more of the beef flavor. I do want to hear from you guys, please. So, you know, whatever you guys are doing at home, if it doesn't have to be about homework, just tell me what you're doing. You know, I want to know that you guys are okay, first of all. I do think about you guys all the time. And I also want to know if you guys been cooking at home, you know, if you are doing anything fun. Have you baked anything? Have you made anything for your family that they liked? All right, so as you can see, I think you can see this, the liquid is dissolving the base, and then I'm going to pour it in here, and it's going to help flavor this beef a little bit more. Okay, the broth. Because what I do like doing once this is cooking, because there's going to be a lot of liquid, is because it's going to pretty much double in liquid amount. What I'm going to do is take out the meat, pour the liquid into another pot, and I'm going to reduce it down, and then that concentrates the flavor, and you can make a gravy out of it. So, all right, well, we'll check back here in a little bit to see how this goes out. Okay guys, okay, so I did a terrible job of keeping up with this because it got late last night, but I still wanted to show you guys the end result of my pot roast, and it is right here. About 3 hours into I kept it on keep warm. After 3 hours of cooking just the meat, I added the carrots and the potatoes, and I left it on overnight. And so about 9 o'clock this morning, We checked it, and it was still slow cooking. The meat was nice and tender, but the potatoes and the carrots still took a little longer. But I went ahead and added my cabbage and my onions to this. We turned it up to high just to get some of that bubble. I know you guys can hear it also, right? Nice cooking liquid right there. Bubbles. So anyways, it's also very important that you stir this every once in a while too, because you do want all the vegetables to be under the liquid for it to cook. But now, as you can see, after it's been quite some time, you know, we started this at about 7 o'clock last night. It is 1 p.m. in the afternoon right now. And I can get my tongs and look how easily the meat shreds. And that is what you want to see in a pot roast. And then I like to just eat it like this, maybe like a stew. I also have a little bit of rice, so I can pour it over some rice and eat it like that as well. And also, if you like some gravy, what you can do is just bring that liquid, pour some liquid out into a small pot and put it on your stovetop for a little bit, and you can reduce it down, or you can add the cornstarch, or you can make a roux, right? I know you guys know what a roux is, and equal parts fat and flour, and you use it to thicken up your liquids, and you can make your own gravy. Just adjust the taste of your sauce and as you like. But yeah, this is what pot roast look like, and it was super easy. Just get all your vegetables cut and do it in stages. If you don't have overnight and you don't want to do it that long, you can definitely just add your meat and your carrots and your pot roast on at high heat, let it go for a couple hours, and then you can add your cabbage and your onions. So it might maximum take like 5 hours. It's still a nice slow process, but for me, I like it, doing it for a very long time. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that pot roast. I know that Carter right here is keeping me company, and he wants to say hi, right? He misses you guys too. He's grown up like weed, and he just recovered from being sick here, but now he's getting all better, and he just had his lunch. So okay, you guys take care. Tell me what you guys think. Bye.